What's up, Illumineers, and welcome back to the madness. And today, there's going to be a lot of madness because today we're talking Lorcana controversy. It's going to be a little bit spicy. Some of you may agree, some of you may not agree, but I thought this might be a fun way to just talk about some of the things that are, well, spicy in our Lorcana community. And with that being said, here's a picture of Abby. I thought we'd start off with that so we can start off a little light, right? So, what are we talking about today, though? First, three more puppies. You can't be mad when you see wiener dogs, right? Uh, just to kind of put it out there, that's the Oscar Mayer wiener dog. My last name's Meyer, so now you really can't be upset. So, what are we talking about? Promos for top eight was a great move. These are my opinions, right? Promos for top eight was a great move. Region versus region has been branded just awful, and we'll talk about that. I ID'd for the first time and why I'm not going to do it again and why I'm going to be against it from now on. I think best of two is immensely better than best of three. And then finally, we'll do a short little piece on the Chris Coy apology letter. And it's going to be really short, much like his stint at the Vegas DLC. So, moving on, we have promos for top eight. I personally think this was the right move. I think Ravensburger did a really good job from a business perspective and a gameplay perspective on making promos for top eight. With that being said, Ursula's set champs, I started the end of June. Ursula's was my first set champs. I did go on to win a first place, a second place, and a top cut to get the mats and the cards. So I'm not coming at this from a place where I've never won or gotten a promo or even a mat. Now, so where am I coming at? First off, for everybody that's against it, we need to stop selling getting top eight. We need to stop selling those guys short. Not everyone makes top eight. Some people, for them getting better, is making top eight. For some of them, going positive and going 3-2 is a successful set chance. For all of you guys out there that are really mad about top eight getting a set promo, shame on you, right? Because this is really big for people in your local community to want to play the game. So this can be their entry level to something competitive. A set champs is nothing more than an entry level way to get into competition. Lorcana is only a little over a year old at this point. We only have two competitive levels. We have set champs and we have DLCs. Guys, I'm sure something is going to come in the middle, a regionals, whatever it may be. So set champs is the way for people to get into it and then continue to move on up. So don't quit selling people short. If they make top eight, then awesome. Like they did better than the rest of the people there. We had a 29 person event on Saturday, and only 8 people got to get a Maribel. That means they did better than the rest of them. So congratulations to everybody out there that is getting a top eight, that is getting a Maribel. Um, I think from a business perspective, Ravensburger did the right thing. I think what they did is they put it in the local store's hands, and I think this was a great move for a entry level competition. Now, because what I mean by this is that stores can now go and charge. So Safari Zone charged $15. Safari Zone Collectibles charged $15, and for every single registrant person that registered, they added 4 packs to the prize pool for top eight. So there were a whole bunch of packs for those that made top eight, along with the Maribels. And they also did kids free. So the kids got the chance to compete for that. And they still added 4 packs. Now, I'm going to talk and what my recommendation will be is if you make top eight, you got the Maribel, congratulations. And then all of the packs should go between 1 through 4. And there might even be, yeah, I think all the packs should go through 1 through 4, split it up. Third and fourth get, X amount, and then the top 1 and 2 get the packs and the mats. Did I spell mat wrong? It doesn't matter. But I think that's a good way to the local stores can incentivize getting third and fourth. And you still get the promos, you still get all of that. It's great. But now people that are motivated not by the competition of just winning, but motivated by the money aspect, they can be happy because they get a whole bunch more packs. And maybe they get the mats and they still get the promo card. So it's up to the local stores. And if your local stores aren't doing anything, talk to your local stores, communicate with them. If you're just complaining on the side or on Reddit, you're not helping the situation any. talk to your local stores, give them suggestions, give them ideas on things that might work, and all maybe they'll test it, but they won't if you don't say anything. And I kind of already hinted to this. If you care about being competitive, then it shouldn't matter what the prize is worth. In sports, if I go to a local triathlon, a lot of these local events, you don't really get anything other than a trophy if you win. You don't get, maybe you get a medal, maybe you get a trophy, maybe you get a plaque. But if I take first place at a 1,000-person triathlon or marathon, a lot of them don't give prizes to first place unless it's like a big sponsored event. But you know why I continue to do it, and we know why I continue to compete, being an extremely competitive fitness athlete? Because I really like the trophies. I really like the competitive aspect of I went and I won. And I don't, even if they don't have medals, I still like knowing that I'm getting better, that my times are getting faster, my weights are getting higher, that I am winning, that I'm doing better than other people. That is what competition is. So if you're saying that you're not happy with it and it's not good for competitive people, no, it's not that at all. Set champs is still great for competitive people. You just care about it because you want the money. There's a big difference here. So don't confuse competitive versus I'm playing for the money, okay? There's a big difference. So winning is winning, regardless of how much you win. Champion mat, still trophy. And if you finally, I kind of talked about this already, if you want to be competitive for money, get to the DLCs. If your idea of competitive is by winning a lot of money, then you need to go to DLCs. You need to get top 16. Because even if you make top 128 to get the Let It Go, you're still not making any money. All you're doing is you're paying for the trip. And that's kind of, I take that back. If with the Let It Go, with the, Vegas, let's say you get the Let It Go, you get the Kristoff, you get the Dragonfire, and your tickets, you probably do profit out of that, depending on room and board and all that stuff. But most of the time, you need to get like top 16 if you really want that opportunity to do really well, or you need to do the side events so you can get top 32 in those to get a Rapunzel mat and all these other things. Not a Rapunzel mat, I'm sorry, the Cinderella mat. But if your idea of competitive is winning lots of money, quit looking at your set champs. You need to look at the DLCs. You need to look at what I hope Lorcana will reach out and do soon of doing regionals and bigger events that are between set champs and between DLCs. So yeah, I think what they did, I think what Ravensburger did with the promos, I think it was the right move. I think it was great for the community. I think it was I think it was just I don't know. I really like what they did here. So good on them. Region versus region event. First off, Pavel, I absolutely love you. I never got to play Pixelborn like the OG one. I started after Pixelborn got taken down, but I love Pixelborn Connect. Pixelborn Connect is what has started my ability to stream and what's YouTube content and everything and how I practice. So thank you very much, Pavel. And what you do with all your donations and everything, all the time you put into it, it's I words can't express how amazing of a person you are. So this is not a dig at you. With that being said, I think the event has been branded wrong. I think the event has caused a lot of controversy. First off, we have the best of the best coming up in March at Disney World. And that is the best of the best, okay? No matter if you think you're the best, you got cheated, you drew bad all day long at the DLC, so you didn't make day 2, whatever it may be. The only argument that I would make for somebody that maybe you got cheated is if you legitimately got cheated because you're one of the guys that played Chris Coy. Like that's it. That's really it. So what I think how this needs to be rebranded or in the future how it should be branded is region versus region people choice awards. Because if we look at the voting, a lot of the voting is simply who is the most active Lorcana players. And that is either on Facebook or their content creators, and it's no offense to any of them because they're all great players. Like statistics have shown that they're good players, they're winning set champs and stuff. But just because you have a big following, because people know your name, they tend to vote that way because if the guy who won 4th place at Dallas isn't really popular on a Discord channel or a Facebook channel, then people won't vote for him because they don't know his name. Like that's, or her name for that matter, their name. And so I think when we do events like this, it needs to be more of a People's Choice Awards, because we already have a best of the best event happening. That's what's happening in March. That's that simple. And I think it puts a lot more of a healthy vibe on it as well, because this is just, it's region versus region, People's Choice Awards, people, and then everyone's going to be really excited to watch because they enjoy these content creators. They enjoy what they're doing on Facebook. They enjoy what they're doing on Discord channels, all of those things. And it's no longer about I'm the best of the best. It's just I'm a content creator, kind of like the content creator set champs that we saw. I think it was in London where we had all these awesome content creators, Specky and Kawa, I think, and Earl Meister, and just all of these great content creators in one space. And this would just be that, but it's over webcam, so anyone could do it if they're voted there. So yeah, I think right now it's just a popularity contest. So I think we see a lot of issues coming from that. But yeah, the last, just have to. This is not a stab at anyone. Okay, forget that out of your head right now. I'm not trying to throw shots at any player because, like, that's just not what it is. This is just, let's be real. Like, we know who the best of the best players are. They're winning DLCs repeatedly. They're making top day two repeatedly, top 16 repeatedly. Like, if you have continental invites from both regions, or an invite from the same region multiple times, then there's no argument that you're a great player. Like, regardless of what anyone thinks, you are a great player. So that's just my thoughts on the region versus region controversy going on right now. IDing, intentional drawing, for those of you who don't know what this is, why I won't do it anymore. I kind of have it all up here on the slide, but I just ID'd at my first set chance, or not my first set chance. I ID'd for the first time. So I typed that sentence wrong at my first set champs. And it felt really, really bad. There was a 7-year-old boy. He's actually, I'm gonna do a video on him. He was on my stream at Safari Zone Collectibles, and he did a deck tech on the deck he ran, but he didn't even get to play his fifth round because those of us in top eight, we all intentionally drew to guarantee Maribel's, and everybody just left. So this 7-year-old boy that loves playing Lorcana, um, his opponent, he didn't even get to play his fifth round. So he comes, he's super excited. He played on stream. We interviewed him. He's just having the best time of his life. He's 2-2, trying to go 3-2, and he doesn't even get to play his fifth game of the only set champs that he'll get to make this month. So that was just really, really crappy for a Disney game, for a trading card game where we're trying to get families and everybody involved. So for that reason, because of what it does, of people just not playing the game, just going home, whatever it may be. There was another family I'm really close with, and they went home with their young daughter, I think, because they knew they couldn't make Top Cut anymore. And so for now on, I will not draw anymore. And this way, it makes it to where it's still anyone's game. It messes up if one person doesn't draw, then it forces people to play on the games. And I will be that person that doesn't draw. And maybe I get punished for it and I don't get the set champs card, but that's fine. It's If you want your community to thrive, then you need to work for your community. And I'd rather see the community get to play the game and do all these things, keep everybody interested in wanting to do it. And if you're super against this, well, what if I lose? Well, I mean, if you're good enough, like you'll win out anyways. Everybody, if you play all 5 rounds, has the same chance of getting lucky versus unlucky with their draws, whatever it may be. And let's face it, if you play on all your games, you increase your chance of getting that top seed. So there's that as well. And if you get your top seed going into Top Cut, then statistically you have a better chance of winning the whole event because you're going first. And that has been proven, thanks to Pavel, that going first has a higher percentage of winning than going second. So yeah, that is why I won't intentionally draw anymore. Uh, I agree with Ravensburger. Like, let's play the game to play the game. Like, let's keep the community alive, all of those fun things. And so at local events, definitely not on my agenda anymore. So finally, um, best of two, not finally, second to last. Best of two is better than best of three. This is my opinion. Some people, I feel like this is just very debated. You have half the people agree, half the people don't. Maybe it's higher or lower. And well, here are my thoughts. First, the biggest piece of it of all is that it removes the luck factor. I TCGs, trading card games, already have a whole lot of luck in them. Okay, like is the next card I draw the card I need? Okay, if I'm playing red, the only card that will save me is a Be Prepared. I have 3 in my discard and 40 cards left in my deck. Is it going to Be Prepared? And if it is, you got really lucky and it worked out for you. Like that was great. TCGs already have a lot of luck involved in them. So why not remove one of the pieces of luck from the scenario? And that is the dice roll, the rock, paper, scissors, the whatever, however you decide on who goes first. If we do best of two only, then all of a sudden, both people go first. Both people have the same statistical chance. Okay. And I think that is the biggest reason for doing it. Recently, I watched Pandemonium Heart. I think he has a really great video on his thoughts on why he thinks best of three is better than best of two. And one of the things that he kept saying over and over again is that how does it feel to walk away 1-1, or how does it feel? And personally, I think how it feels is irrelevant. It's a competition. You're trying to win, $15,000, I think is what the going price for a Mickey is right now. Like, your feelings mean nothing in the situation. It's what is statistically shown is that going first matters more than anything else. Okay. Now, I think that is really important. And there's been some other stuff. DeCandio made a tweet the other day that said going first or second doesn't matter to a really great player. And sure, really great players know how to play either way, whether they're going first or second, they're comfortable with that. But if I go and talk to every single really great player and ask them, hey, if you had to choose between going second every single game or going first every single game, what would you choose? I have a feeling, right? There, I used it. I have a feeling that the majority of them would say I would choose to go first because going first has a better chance of winning the game. Now, Ravensburger has already said they want people to want to play the game for the game. They have a lot of rules against intentional drawing. Intentional drawing has to stay in the game because of time limits. If you're in the best of two format, if you reach time, if you like, or best of let's yes, if time gets reached turns and you have to intentionally draw, then you have to intentionally draw. So that option has to stay. But they've made it pretty clear that they don't want people colluding or making trades or dice rolling or whatever to get this idea of, oh well, if we both won one, then we're both out of it. They want people to play the game. So why are we chasing down loopholes? I feel like we always talk about this in real life. Like, why do you have to find a loophole for everything? What if we just stopped when we're playing a game trying to find a loophole and just played the game? Okay, I just don't understand the issue of just playing the game. Throughout the whole day, throughout all 9 rounds, every single person has the same chance statistically of getting unlucky with their draws. Now, you could deep dive into that and say, I'm playing a more high rolly deck that it has a more statistical chance of doing not well or whatever. Okay, but the idea is that across all 9 rounds, across all 18 games, you can get just as unlucky as the guy next to you. And if you're really worried about bricking or whatever, play root. I don't know, play Amethyst Steel. The deck runs like 8 uninkables, okay? So then you play that deck and you probably won't brick anymore, okay? Um, whatever it may be. It's this idea that I and then finally the time, right? Time no longer becomes an issue. There's the format's very slow right now. Like this is a very slow format, and you get in best of three, you get punished for playing and thinking your choices out. Or maybe and that's kind of crappy, right? Or you're a player, you're in best of three, you're in your third game, you realize that it's looking like you're going to lose. But you have time on, or the timer's going down. So what you decide to do is you decide to just kind of draw it out a little, not so much that you need a judge to be called, but you start drawing it out a little. That way, time gets drawn out. You take it to turns, and then now instead of losing, uh, now you just draw. You get a 1-1. So time doesn't become an issue. Now you just remove that, so someone can't jip you that way. And if you want to pretend that doesn't happen, then that's you can pretend all you want. But unfortunately, people can abuse that because it's a loophole, and people love to abuse loopholes. So it's just my thoughts, and I could do a whole video on it. I just don't. My biggest reason: just remove the luck factor. Just play the game. Get If you're the better player, then it doesn't matter. All right, that you need to draw. If you're the better player, then you can play all the games and be just as fine because you are the better player now, and that's just kind of that. So finally. All right. So all I'm gonna say on this is that Chris Coy did an apology letter. It came off as more of kind of a I'm a victim letter. He had like his little fancy, portrait up top or whatever you want to call it. And he cheated. He got caught in Vegas. It was dealt with. He got disqualified. We'll see if he gets his regional invite or his continental invite taken away. Disney hasn't said anything about it, but what we do know is whether he was telling the truth or not, which can be questioned. If you're attacking his girlfriend, like some of you guys that are great with tech, you found him, all this stuff, like just leave his girlfriend out of it. She might not have even known. She like it's so to attack her is kind of crappy. Like he did it, he's been dealt with. Like let's just move on. There's no reason to attack him and all that stuff. But that's my 2 cents. I know, and I really sucks for everyone that was affected by it, and I'm really sorry that you were affected by it. Those at Dallas, that I mean, even all the games before Dallas, and those at Vegas, and like I'm really sorry that you were dealt with. Like it sucks that people are cheating, but I think Disney is going to handle it because they want the game to be so family friendly. They want the game to be very open and about the game. So I think they're going to handle it. I have faith in Ravensburger. I keep saying Disney. I have faith in Ravensburger that they're going to handle it very well and that they are looking into things themselves. But in the meantime, like let's just move on, get ready for Seattle, and hopefully no one will cheat there and we'll have a good time. But yeah, that is kind of the video, all right? We'll get back here to the puppy, but a little bit of a more spicy video. It's a little bit different than my normal let's talk steel song and stuff like that. I do have some steel song videos coming up that I have planned, talking about the local meta, how to adapt to things that have changed, like green steel. But I wanted to talk about some of these, so because I like having the conversation. So feel free, come into my Discord. I'll chat about it with you there. Type it in the comments. I'll try to respond to every single person. But if you like the Steel Song videos, if you like these kinds of like videos, the controversy, whatnot, I'll probably do some more, but also have a lot more gameplay as well because we're going to start live streaming all the events at Safari Zone. So stick around, like, comment, subscribe, so that way you can keep seeing all these videos. But I appreciate you guys sticking it out. Don't forget, like I want healthy debates. I want healthy conversations. That's why I like this type of video. So please, in the comments, share your opinions and let's have a healthy debate about it. I'd love to talk about it, and I'll be humble enough that if you give me a really good thought, like really thought out piece of wisdom, then I might change my mind on something. I'm a humble person, I promise. So I look forward to chatting with you guys, Illumineers, or let's call it my Meyer Illumineers, whatever, my Madness Illumineers. Remember, we're staying happy and healthy, okay? If you work on happiness either through mental health or physical health, then that health that you're working on will directly impact you being more happy. All right. So happy and healthy. That's all we're doing. All right. So Lumineers, stay, have a good time. Enjoy yourselves. Good luck at all the set champs. Until next time.